The game between the 2-0 Lake Orion Dragons and the 2-0 Rochester Adams Highlanders, scheduled for a Friday the 13th, was postponed after a brief but severe thunderstorm knocked out power at Dragon Stadium. Kickoff was rescheduled to Saturday night. With 9:17 left in the first quarter, the Highlanders are facing a second down on their own 20 when running back Griffin Henke loses the handle on the ball. Dragon Ashton Kroll comes up with it, giving Lake Orion possession on the Adams 25-yard line. On the next play, quarterback Blaze Lauer completes a pass to Andrew Van Heck, who takes it down to the Adams 4-yard line. On first and goal, Lauer pitches it to Van Heck, who gets a block from Kobe Manzo and goes into the end zone for Lake Orion's first touchdown of the game. The Ross PAT was good, and Lake Orion is on top 7-0. Let's go to the second quarter. The Highlanders put together a long, sustained drive that started at their own 9-yard line. Facing a fourth down on Lake Orion's 2, quarterback Carter Ferris lunges into the end zone for the score, completing a 91-yard, 9-play drive. The PAT was good, and the score is tied at 7 apiece. Then, with 3.5 left in the first half, the Dragons are moving the ball. Lauer takes the snap and hands off to number 11, Mitch Howell, who streaks down the sideline and finds the end zone. The extra point was good, and Lake Orion regains the lead 14-7 with 3:13 left in the half. But before the half can come to an end, Adams once again finds themselves in the red zone, threatening to score. Now this is where things get a little crazy. On first and 10 on Lake Orion 16, Ferris hands off to number 11, Nick Traficante, who is tackled on the 5-yard line. With the clock ticking, Adams is out of timeouts. On first down, Ferris keeps the ball, but is stopped just shy of the end zone by the Dragon D. Tick, 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 tick. On second down, Ferris hands off to Anthony Petrito, but he is stuffed at the line. Tick, 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 tick. On third down, Ferris tries to sneak it in again, but is stopped just short again. Then this happens.
That clock's going still.
It's fourth down.
Wyatt.
What did they stop the clock for?
Did he get in, yes or no?
The Dragons are saying no.
No signal.
They didn't get in. And time has expired. And
Touchdown now.
Okay, which is it? They're calling touchdown.
Incredibly, the Highlanders get what essentially is an extra timeout. The PAT ties the game at 14 apiece at the end of the first half. Now let's go to the third. Lake Orion has a first and 10 on Adams' 37-yard line. Blaze Lauer takes the snap, rolls right, and launches a perfectly thrown ball into the hands of Mitch Howell in the end zone. The Dragons regain the lead, 21-14, with 9:51 left in the third. The Highlanders close the gap on Derek Larson's field goal to make the score 21-17. The teams line up for the kickoff, and Sinai Pelot makes an ill-advised decision to field the kick inside his own 5-yard line. He muffs it, picks it up, and makes a cut at the 15 to turn on the Jets and outrun his pursuers. He goes all the way in for the score, stunning the visiting Highlanders. The PAT was no good, and the score is now 27-17 with 3:10 left in the third. But Adams answers immediately with the ball on their own 29. Ferris is in shotgun. He fakes the handoff and hits a streaking number 20, freshman Parker Picot, who goes the distance for a 71-yard touchdown reception. The Highlanders pulled it within 3 points, 27-24. Let's go to the fourth quarter with Lake Orion driving. On second down on the Adams 36-yard line, Lauer hands off to Manzo, and look at this effort. Manzo is finally tackled on the 20-yard line. On second and 10, Manzo takes the ball down to the 7-yard line for a first and goal. A pass interference call on the Adams defense places the ball on the 3. Lauer takes the snap, pitches to Van Heck, who takes it outside, makes a cut, and finds the end zone for the score. Ross misses his second PAT of the night, but the Dragons cling on to the lead 33-24. Later in the fourth, the Dragons tack on a Ross field goal to extend the lead to 12 points with 5:30 left in the game. Now, following the field goal, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Adams has the Dragons kicking from the Adams 45. They pull a surprise onside kick, but the refs determine that the ball didn't go the required 10 yards, and Adams begins their drive on their own 36. The Dragons coaching staff gets called for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and the ball is moved to the Lake Orion 49. On second down and 10, Ferris's pass falls incomplete, but the refs throw a flag. A defensive pass interference call places the ball on the Dragons 34. Ferris completes a pass to Petrito, who is tackled on the 30, and on the next play, Ferris's pass sails out of bounds, but there is another flag, pass interference on the Dragons. The ball is placed on the Dragons' 19-yard line with 4:29 left in the game. On the next play, another flag, but this time it's a chop block on the Highlanders, moving the ball back to the 36. On 1st and 32, Trafficante takes the handoff to the Dragons' 24. Then on the next play, another flag, roughing the passer, which gives Adams a 1st and goal with 3:30 left. Ferris throws an incomplete pass, but there's another flag. Finally, Anthony Petrito finds the end zone to make the score 36-31 with 3:22 left, but that's how the game would end. We caught up with Coach Blackstock after the game.
It was wild from the start to the finish, right?
Yeah.
Even starting with yesterday and the delay because of the power outage, it's been kind of a wild weekend.
Your quarterback played well. Your defense had their first really big test this year. They played two good teams, but they really were tested tonight.
Yeah, I think everybody understands and realizes that the offense that they run, that Veer offense, really poses some problems, especially when they're really the only ones that run it to the degree that they do, and it's hard to replicate in practice throughout the week. Our guys did the best they could, but man, they run that thing with such timing and precision and speed that for our defense, we don't want to give up 31, but man, they came through and made some plays when they had to, and helped us get that victory, which was huge.
The undefeated Dragons move on to face their crosstown rivals, the 1-2 Oxford Wildcats, on Friday, September 20th, in the battle for the 00 Trophy. From Dragon Stadium, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV Sports.